today. Welcome to another week of our Facebook Live teaching class. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you what is BPA and should you be worried about it. So if you are always interested to learning more about BPA and the impact on fertility, this is the episode you definitely don't want to miss out. And today, here is what you are expecting to learn. So first, we are going to talk about the impact on BPA on your hormones, your fertility health, and we are going to dive into a little bit deeper what is BPA and where does it usually coming from. And lastly, I'm going to teach you the exact steps to help you to eliminate BPA exposure. Now, for those of you who are new to our community, I'm giving you a big virtual hug right now. Welcome to our community here. So my name is Chong and I'm the fertility dietitian based in Brisbane, Australia. I run a virtual consultation practice and currently consulted 2 medical practice in Brisbane, one at Myhealth Brisbane Showgrounds and the other one at the Star Medical Centre in Sunnybank. Now, I mainly work with women and couples to prepare their diet to optimize their nutrition in preparation for pregnancy and also increase the chances of conceiving. But my true ultimate dream is to help you to have a healthy pregnancy and also a healthy baby. Now, if you are just starting to trying to conceive, things can be a little bit overwhelming, and that's why I'm also offering you a 15 minutes free nutrition consultation course where I take the time to first understand where you are currently at with your fertility journey and then recommend you the best step to move forward working with you. So if you are interested to signing up that course, please go to my website at catherinechong.com.au and click on the button that say book a consult. That's where you can schedule an appointment with me. Alright, now a question for you before we get started. I want you to pay attention to what's around you and I want you to look around right now. Are you drinking water from a plastic water bottle, or are you holding a cup of coffee that is in a plastic cup? Or did you just have a lunch from a takeaway store that is coming from a plastic container? So I want you to tell me, type in the comment right now and tell me, does any of this of the above just tick the box? Now, the reason why I ask you is because today's topic is so related to plastic foods and plastic products and the impacts on fertility. So you see, BPA is basically a chemical, or better known as the chemical terms called bisphenol A, which is commonly found in many of our household products that mainly coming from plastics and resin used in food products or even in like drink packaging. There is more and more emerging research suggesting that BPA may impact our health. And today I'm going to walk you through some of the latest research in terms of how it impacts your fertility. So now, the reason why is because why are we so concerned about BPA? The reason why is because it can potentially impact on your hormone system, with the chemical acting like an artificial estrogen, put it that way. So studies have shown that it may interfere with normal women's reproductive system, including problems with normal developments and maturations, the process of your egg health, leading to a reduction of the numbers of eggs being matured, and also it increased the percentage of eggs that are degenerated. It is also currently estimated that roughly about 20% of unexplained infertility cases could be linked with BPA exposure. So you see, this is incredibly quite an important concern, especially if you have been trying to conceive and trying to working out, okay, what really are causing, what are the problems deep down that leads to you haven't been able to successfully conceive. So this is certainly one area, one step that you can take to help to maximize the chances. Now, the concerns with BPA, it's not just with the fertility as well. During pregnancy, in fact, study has shown that BPA can also increase the risk of miscarriage and premature delivery. There was one particular research suggests that it may influence the baby brain development, so during pregnancy, and also increase the risk of other behavioral problems in children later in life. There was also one study that particularly looking at the level of BPA in pregnant women. So it's interestingly that the author actually found that the BPA level in urine and the amniotic fluid are actually five-fold higher, right? Five-fold higher in the amniotic fluid when compared to in the urine. So what it suggests is the baby are being exposed to more BPA higher than we thought. So you can see now the reason why, there are more and more research study in this area, and my job is I want to keep you informed with all this study and start to preparing your diet the best, and just taking steps how you can minimize the exposure to BPA. Now you may be thinking right now, oh my god, Catherine, but this all sounds so crazy, and how can I actually help to eliminate BPA? All right, so where is BPA coming from? So BPA, like I mentioned, is often coming from plastic food products, such as water bottles, the lining of the canned foods, and also reusable plastic container. So what actually happens is when the food and the drink are stored in bottles, cans, or all these reusable container that contains the BPA can contaminate the food products within. So as a result, when you eat the food, you may ingest the BPA, or if you drink the food, for example, if you drink not the food, but if you drink whichever products are coming from this type of package, that's how you will ingest the BPA as well. Now, BPA is also more readily transferred to the food if it's heated up in the container as well. That's often why you heard people saying that, all right, you shouldn't heat up the food in a plastic container with the microwave. Now, the other thing that you may not be aware, so BPA is also present in the lining of the aluminiums and also canned food as well to prevent corrosion. So it really depends on whether that particular food company are taking initiative to opt for the BPA free material or free product. So always have a look at the product's ingredients or go to their website. It's just helping you to make more informed choices. Through my research, I also found that BPA can be found in the English cash register receipt, so which are coded with the chemical. And there's actually a study show that when they tested people who touched the receipt, upon the cashier after you pay the money when you grab the receipt, they found that people who touch the receipt, there's also an increase of BPA levels in the urine, so which is really interesting as well. Now, again, I want to remind you that BPA is really common and it's just present throughout all our environment. So literally, if you're thinking to totally eliminate it, look, it's impossible. But again, I guess that today tutorial session is I want you to start taking steps to eliminate the obvious source of BPA. All right, so here are some of the real life examples I want you to learn, and you can start action today. So here we go. So tips number 1 today: start avoiding using plastic containers, especially if you're unsure whether or not they are BPA free. So what you can do, the best thing is to use a glass or ceramic or stone or stainless steel containers if you do store your leftover foods in the fridge. Now, number 2, when you microwave food in your, when you heat up the food with your microwave, so make sure that you don't just heat it up from your plastic container. So as much as possible, perhaps you can transfer into a glass or ceramic bowl, and make sure you don't microwave with the plastic wrap as well. So that's how the BPA can potentially transfer to your food. And number 3, right, have a look at your water bottle. Again, this is really common that, all of you here might be using a plastic water bottle. You want to have a look again, the products that you're using right now, does it say BPA free? If not, the best way is to switch to a glass or stainless steel water bottle. And again, a coffee jar is another option that you can also switch to a stainless coffee jar or a reusable glass coffee jar, as the typical coffee plastic cups. That's where you might be potentially also exposed to BPA. So certainly look out for your drink water bottle, and also your coffee cup. Now, number 4, the easier tips, again, you can take right now, right here today, is make sure that you start eating less canned food. So again, you want to ask yourself, all right, am I having canned food like every day, as well as the pre-packaged food, pre-packaged meal? So the whole idea is you want to make sure you minimize this type of food, and try to still enjoy as much as possible whole food and fresh produce, and keep to pre-packaged meal or canned food down to minimum frequency if you can. And the last tip that I'm going to share with you today is making sure, again, don't forget about your drink, is to consume fewer drink that is coming from the cans and the plastic bottle. So that's another simple tips that you can easily get started today. Now, as I wrap up today's training, now it's your turn to tell me, how are you going to take action? So tell me, what is the one thing that you are going to do today to help you to minimize the exposure to BPA? So share with me right now by commenting below, and tell me what's the one thing you are going to take action today. And remember, it's impossible to eliminate all the BPA, but what you can do is start with something small you can easily implement today, and just improve from then on. If you enjoyed today's video tutorial teaching, I think you're gonna love my weekly Facebook live training. So make sure you remember to tune in every Tuesday afternoon at about 3 p.m. Australian Brisbane time. That's where I will go live. So make sure that you press subscribe to our channel right now, so you will get notified whenever I go live. And don't forget to share with your friends if you like our tutorial training today. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll talk to you next week. But for now, have a beautiful weekend, and happy Easter to all of you. Bye for now.